Coach, kind of, you played one team that you said last week was maybe the best team you'll face, one team below you. So how do you figure out where you're at right now?
I mean, I think I look at it differently. I think we've got good things out of 2 games. I don't really kind of put it in that perspective. So I think we played a team where we got a chance to play in a great environment and against an extremely talented team. We got a chance to play against a team that played us all zone, something that we really hadn't been working on, and get a chance to kind of get the cobwebs out a little bit at home. And now you bring in a great Kent team. I think they're as talented as they have been in the last 5 or 6 years. They got good senior leadership in Evans and Singletary, and then they've got good post play. And I think they're as balanced offensively as any Kent team that I've seen since I've been here.
Coach, being that you're a little more experienced and have some depth, what are the things that do the things change that you look to improve on early in the season versus a year maybe when you don't have the experience, or how you look at that?
I mean, we're totally different in terms of a year ago for this game compared to where we were now or are now. It's the fact that we've gone through and just knowing a scouting report and how to absorb it, being able to look at game film and be able to break it down. Looking at our mistakes in after games on film. I mean, everything has been a lot more constructive and a lot more, I think, a learning experience because of the fact that they've been around and they know that that's a positive time. It's not there to create a negative in terms of learning a mistake. It's there to create a positive to how to get better. And those are all the things that experience brings to the table for you.
How does that change your prospects then tomorrow night in terms of the physical matchup, experience matchup? I guess what I'm asking is how comfortable are you with the prospect of leaving the floor a winner?
You haven't lost your touch yet. All those things that you said are non-tangibles. You know what I mean? And I don't, as you've heard me say many times, I don't really deal with that world well. I know that we had a really good practice the last 2 days. I think that we know what they're going to run and what to expect. It's going to come down to execution. It's going to come down to being able to be mentally and physically tough because they're a very, very tough physical basketball team, and we're going to have to deal with those kinds of tangibles in terms of being able to play a very good team.
Jerry, maybe away from the floor, why is this game fun? I mean, Kent's right up the road, kind of 45 minutes away. They're going to bring some people. So is it a fun game because it's Kent?
Yeah, I mean, I think that it is. I think it's it's a game that we have on our schedule because of the fact that we hope that it's a fan favorite. It's been disappointing somewhat in the past, because of the fact that some of those Akron Kent games haven't been as well attended as I had hoped when we scheduled them. We always kind of looked at that as being kind of like one of our big first semester, games that you could, have them here and put 4,000 or 5,000 people in and, see great. We've had great games with Kent every year that we've played. Our games here, our games up there have all been good competitive games. I'm hoping it is a game that in our first semester that our fans look at it and say, now there's a game. It's a non-league game. It's not a Butler. It's not an ESPNU game. There's a game that I can kind of get behind and be excited to go see in first semester, and we're hoping that that's the case.
And you'll try to. Last year you played Akron. You'll try to continue to get one. Yeah,
we are under contract with Kent, for this year and next, and then we'll reevaluate the Kent Akron thing as the years go by.
And as far as coaching in a game like this where there should be a good crowd and they're going to bring people, is it fun for you?
Well, I mean, anytime that you can put a lot of people in the gym, it's a fun night. I mean, obviously you're going to be in competitive games, and every time that you play a game, you're excited about the opportunity. But when it can be a nice crowd and against a good opponent like that, and it kind of measures you where you are, and the whole idea of these games before you get to conference play is to be tested, and you're tested against good people that are 35, 40 miles away. So obviously when you go to their place, it's not a long trip. You're not getting on a bus or going on an airplane. It's a positive.